Hey, this is Kit Cabela of hardlensmedia. We're joined today with Miguel Alvelo here at the Puerto Rico Emergency Rally. The situation in Puerto Rico is quite dire, and so essentially we are here to really find out what is happening on the ground and ask what this rally is about. So first, Miguel, thank you so much for joining hardlensmedia. Essentially, for our viewers and subscribers, what is the main purpose of this rally?
So the main purpose of this rally is to bring together the Puerto Rican community that's in diaspora and to raise awareness about the conditions that we have on the island right now. We have people dying, and we have inaction on the part of the federal government and the local government in Puerto Rico. So we're here to denounce that.
Now, of course, this hurricane season has been the most devastating, most recently in Texas and in Florida, as well as a few other international countries in the Gulf of Mexico. But Puerto Rico has seen very few resources from the United States government in regards to getting any type of assistance or help. Essentially, what are your thoughts on the Trump administration and its lackluster response towards the people of Puerto Rico?
The response of the government falls very much in line with what we believe is currently the project that they have with Puerto Rico, which is to, well, the bluntest way of saying it is to get rid of us, transform the island, and sell it off to the highest bidder. That sounds dramatic, but it really isn't. We're dealing with a fiscal control board, which essentially negates all local authority. They have veto power over any legislation, and they are there to make sure that Puerto Rico pays up the $75 billion debt that it has accrued with the United States. Most of that debt, over half of it, is interest. So what we see here is really a concerted effort to transform Puerto Rico into a place that's not for the Puerto Rican people.
It's quite clear that now there's concern of hedge funds moving in and basically buying up all the land, privatizing the gains, and socializing the losses for the people. What kind of legislation is really necessary to really protect the people of Puerto Rico from large hedge funds? And what can the people here in the United States and the mainland do to help?
So one main thing that people in the United States can do to help is to put pressure on legislators, put pressure on the federal government, and do things like this, right? Show up to rallies, make rallies, organize to call out what's going on the island. A big part of the issue that we have is there seems to be a lot of ignorance in terms of the conditions in Puerto Rico. A majority of people didn't even know that Puerto Rico was a part of the United States. So part of what we have to do is make sure that is known, and make sure that the way that we are being treated is inhuman and should never be allowed upon anybody.
Now, it's quite clear that a lot of climate scientists are agreeing that climate change is a reality, and that this year was the most devastating year, and they're concerned that the years following will see larger types of hurricanes, and perhaps there'll eventually be some more categories. Of course, more data need to be collected in regards to just how large and powerful those hurricanes will be. But if these hurricanes keep on hitting these island nations, and most specifically Puerto Rico, what is the future for that island?
So what we see is that beyond having a natural catastrophe, what we have are social catastrophes, political catastrophes. And you can see the difference between the reaction to a Category 5 hurricane in Puerto Rico and the reaction to a Category 5 hurricane in a place like Cuba, right? Completely different places. One of them is a colony of the United States. It operates under the logics of neoliberal capitalism. The other is an independent country, right, which operates under a logic that emphasizes people as a priority. So, yes, climate change is real, right, and the consequences of it are real, but they become more dire when you combine them with a political and economic system that doesn't care for people.
All right, and final question for our viewers and subscribers. Where can they learn more about your organization and find you guys on social media? And secondly, do you know any organizations that are right now currently helping Puerto Rico and where our viewers and subscribers can go to help them?
Definitely. So to learn more about the Chicago Boricua Assistance, you can find our page on Facebook. It's facebook.com/decolonizepr. And in terms of other organizations that are providing direct aid to the island, right now in Chicago, there is Casa Puertorriqueña. They are on California and Division, and they are taking direct donations for supplies. Also, the Puerto Rican Agenda in Humboldt Park has created a relief fund through which they're taking donations to buy supplies and help people on the ground. On our page, we're also releasing lists of organizations in Puerto Rico that we personally vow for, that are receiving donations and are doing work on the ground to rebuild and get people back on their feet.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining Hardlens Media, Miguel. To all our viewers, peace, everyone.
You're watching Hardlens Media.